Welcome to a Life of Freedom podcast, your source of inspiration and information on how and why you should choose to pursue your own happiness, pursue your passion, and design a life that fulfills you and makes it your own. And now here's your host, Ayash LKZ.
Welcome to episode 6 of season 2. Today we are talking with Talia, a digital creator, photographer, and travel blogger. This is the part 2 of the interview. Let's get to the show. Before we start, I would like to talk about Wise, formerly known as TransferWise. Receive money directly to your account with zero fees, wherever you are in the world. Hold and convert money to over 40 currencies instantly in your account. And get a debit card to spend in any currency, all with Wise's low and transparent fees. Try it out from my affiliate link below with no additional cost to you. And now back to the podcast. So, what would be like a perfect day for you?
A perfect day? Waking up, having my coffee or tea, having a nice breakfast. I love breakfast, like a nice smoothie bowl. Maybe waking up at the beach, somewhere warm, not like cold in Chicago. And reading a book, taking some photos, watching, waking up. Honestly, I love waking up to see the sunrise. So maybe I would do the sunrise first, then having my coffee and breakfast, then going either for a walk at the beach or at the somewhere in the mountains, depending where I am, and just spending time with my husband and friends.
So how would you say that your life is affected by COVID?
I can't see my family right now because they live in Germany and I live in Chicago. So it's definitely different. I mean, I used to hang out with friends all the time, and going to bars and like going to restaurants. We don't do that anymore, especially not in bigger groups, because I really take this whole COVID thing seriously. And I usually travel 3 to 4 times to Germany to see my family, but that is not possible right now. So I can't even see them for Christmas, which is really sad. So it's definitely, COVID definitely has affected my whole life, like everybody's life, I guess. I mean, I'm still like trying to do the best I can and travel responsibly within the US right now. But I would have traveled to Asia this year, and I couldn't travel there. So hopefully next year it's going to be better. But yeah, I mean, I still try to do my photo shoots and work with brands as far as I can. But yeah, I'm definitely more at home than usual. I lost my job because of COVID as I said before. So usually I would work my 9 to 5 job, and then I would work on my blogging thing beside the rest of the day basically. But not right now. I focus on on my blogging career basically. And it's also because of COVID. I think if I wouldn't have lost my job, I would have never started to do this full time. So it had its good things too for me, I think. But yeah, I'm definitely like hanging more indoors right now, especially in Chicago. It's 0 degrees right now, already minuses. So it's a lot of indoor time right now.
So what are like the habits that you feel that helped you greatly?
I think sports, like working out, is very helpful for me because I tend to get stressed very easily. And sport helps me to just be more focused, to relieve my stress level, and obviously to stay fit. But it really helps me mentally. So whenever I'm feeling down or thinking about things too much, I just do my workout, and I'm kind of newborn after it. I feel like my brain is empty then, and I can finally like start thinking fresh again. So it's very important for me to do my sports regularly. And also I feel like eating healthy. I recently became vegetarian. Well, not recently, this year, January. And like it also something that I think like my eating habits, I guess they just changed since I'm eating no meat anymore. It's very, I'm more conscious about like what I put into my body and how it makes me feel. And I feel like it really made me more healthy, like all my levels, like when I did the test, I feel like I'm more healthy, like in general. So that's something that is really helpful, that was helpful for me. And meditation, I don't do it too often, to be honest. I should do it more often because it really helps me. It's something, when I wake up, I used to just meditate for like 10 minutes to 15 minutes and before going to bed. And it really is helpful and also like kind of makes me more relaxed.
So, what is your like morning routine looks like, or if not, like what kind of like the first hour of your day look like after you?
Morning routine. I mean, before COVID, it was really like I woke up at 5 a.m. I did my workout and meditation, and then I had like my breakfast. I did like an avocado toast or like a smoothie bowl, and started working. Now with COVID, it's a little bit different. I wake up way later at like 7, and then I usually have my coffee. And I work out now in the afternoon for some reason. I don't know why I'm not doing it in the morning anymore. It's weird. I think just my habits changed. And then I usually started like checking my emails while I'm drinking my coffee and checking my Instagram messages and if there's something important that I have to respond to. And then I usually like, because I post daily on Instagram, I usually like go through the photos that I'm going to post, the photos that I have, and then I decide what I'm going to post, write my caption, prepare everything while having my breakfast and everything.
So do you like wake up early, like every time you? So
I like waking up early. Yeah. I mean, if I can, usually like when I'm on vacation, I usually always wake up for sunrise, always, because I just love waking up with the sun and watching the sunrise. And especially because I like photos, like to take photos in the morning too, because I feel like the light in the morning is my most, like it's very beautiful. It's very soft. And there are less people. People always ask me like, how are there no people in your pictures? Do you edit them out? I'm like, no, I just wake up very early and I'm at the location very early where everybody else is sleeping. So yeah.
So like you go for like early morning walks, like when people are not there.
Yeah.
So how would that like make you feel? Like how do you like describe the feeling?
I just like being the first one to witness something, like being the first one, like walking, like, every sunrise means a fresh beginning for me. And if you like are outside when this is happening, when you see like the sunrise and you're like, okay, this is a fresh day, everything is like, you kind of can start over every day, right? It's like a new beginning. It's just nice to be the first one walking in the streets and you feel like you own the world. I don't know how to describe this feeling. It's just very nice. And to see everything is so calm and still like very relaxed. No, hustle, no stress, no like millions of people, like except for example in Chicago, because usually the streets are packed with people. But in the morning, everything seems so easy.
Yeah. So like I have that like same feeling too, because I'm like go out in the early morning, like not where I live, but like when I go like to travel, like some place you like wake up early, it's like mostly cold in any place, so like you just go out and like see what's out there.
Yeah, so, exactly. And you can enjoy it by yourself, and not like with 10 million other people.
Okay. So what is something that other people are surprised to learn?
Let me think. Maybe that I like to sing. I mean, I like to go to karaoke bars and sing, and maybe that's something people don't know and are surprised about. I always take my brush with me. People are also surprised about that. My hairbrush, I always have it with me. That's kind of a weird habit. I always take my brush and I always brush my hair like a million times a day. And that's something that people are maybe like confused about.
Okay, so if you're having a bad day, like if you feel overwhelmed or like unmotivated, what would you like to pick up?
As I said, like if I'm like stressed or not having a good day, I usually try to work out. And I also love writing down lists, like when I'm feeling overwhelmed with work or like specific things and I don't know how to manage everything. I love to write it down, like what I have to do, and kind of cluster everything and see how I can manage it. So it helps me to kind of see everything clear, because sometimes it's all in my head and you're like overwhelmed and everything is too much. So it's always nice to visualize it. It helps me to write it down and think, like to see it in front of me, to know, okay, how can I actually like handle it? What can I do to that will make, like, to solve this issue and like makes me feel better.
So, who are like the 3 people or sources that you learned from or followed closely in the last?
That I learned from? Oh, my husband really taught me a lot about photography. He knows so much. He always teaches me, like, actually, like, he's always teaching me because he knows, he was like a photographer himself and he knows how to work with lights and everything. So he taught me a lot about editing and yeah. Another like a person that has influenced me a lot is like another travel blogger. Her name is Bettina. The Next Trip is her handle on Instagram. She's a very good friend of mine, but also like she taught me so much about like how to speak to brands, how to pitch, how to, how to show yourself in front of brands and like what to say, everything. She taught me a lot. She's a very, very smart person and I appreciate her a lot. So yeah, she really made this whole journey easier for me.
Okay. So like, can you tell like the story about like how you met your husband and how did you come?
It's very like, it's very it's not very interesting actually. We met online like a long time ago, actually, when I was 16. I don't even know, like there wasn't the internet was there already, but it was definitely not like very developed. So we didn't have Facebook yet. Like it was like something like Facebook, but like more locally, like a website where you could just, meet people. And I randomly, like one of my friends just introduced me to him. And I didn't really we were friends for a long time. And then we met up a couple times, but we're just friends. And then eventually we became like really good friends. And then we started dating and got married 3 years ago. We were dating since 16 years. So it's a long time now. Yeah. So it was not very, very interesting yet, like through the internet, basically. That's how we met. But yeah, definitely was good that we were friends for a long time. And then it just, got more, it became more.
So like, what would you say what part that love and affection play in your life?
Can you repeat that?
So like how love and affection like helps you in your life?
It helps me a lot. I mean, I'm a very emotional person and it's important for me to receive love and like know that my husband is supporting me and like my friends are supporting me. I'm a very I like when people show it with actions and words also. So yeah, the support of my husband like throughout the years and like this whole Instagram journey means a lot to me. He is always very like helpful when it comes to like to photo shoots and like helping me what picture to post, like to edit, like to pick, and helping me with editing tips and photography in general. So it's very important, I think, to have a partner in your life that like supports what you do and is on your side and not like against you.
So, what would you say that is your greatest accomplishment so far?
My greatest accomplishment, I would say, I mean, it's something that I've done recently, but I'm very proud of. I created my own presets for Lightroom that I started selling and selling to people. And I'm happy that I could help other people to make like, you know, this whole editing process easier. And like, you know, with one click, basically, if they want to apply my presets. And I think that's something that I'm very proud of because I really worked. It's a lot of work to create them. And another thing that I did recently was launching my very first dress. And I always wanted to create like a piece that I love myself and I wear all the time and share it with my followers, because my Instagram is all about like me wearing pretty dresses and like traveling with dresses and taking photos with dresses. So I really wanted to share this with my followers so they could also buy a dress and wear something that I wear and like I personally created.
So, like, so how do you, like, when you're taking photos, how do you choose dresses? Where do you buy them? How do you decide on what to wear?
I like, usually it's like brand collaborations, but I have like a bunch of brands like Red Dress, Lulu's, or like JJ's House. Then I mean, I love McDougal. Their dresses are more expensive, but really nice, and Revolve. So there are like a bunch of companies that or brands that I really love. I love my dresses to be light, kind of lightweight, like flowy. And I mean, I like princess dresses too, but it's not something I would wear like daily. So usually I'm very bohemian. I like the bohemian style with like nice prints. And yeah, I would say, yeah, usually I work with these brands and then I decide what to pick based on the photos. I kind of go for the flowy types usually, as you can see on my Instagram.
So, like in the last 5 years, what is like a new belief or a behavior that has most improved your life?
New belief or behavior? Yeah, I think you have to work hard. You have to work hard if you want to reach specific goals. You have to believe in yourself and yeah, work hard. It's nothing just gets to you like that. You know, nobody will give you $100,000 just like that. You have to work hard for it. You have to know what you want in life and you have to work towards it. And I think if you really want something and work hard, you can achieve it. And that's what I truly believe in. I think, as I said, like I also believe in karma. And I think if you are positive and have positive thoughts, it will happen. Things will turn out in a good way for you.
Mid-roll ad. I would like to talk about Wise, formerly known as TransferWise. Receive money directly to your account with zero fees, wherever you are in the world. Hold and convert money to over 40 currencies instantly in your account. And get a debit card to spend in any currency, all with Wise's low and transparent fees. Try it out from my affiliate link below, with no additional cost to you. And now, back to the podcast.
Okay, so what advice would you give to your like 15-year-old self and 20-year-old self?
I would tell my 15-year-old self to not stress that much, to not take things too seriously, and stop caring about what other people say about you. Just be you and never think you're not good enough. And even if people tell you that, just be you and stay true to yourself.
Okay, so what would you say is like what is like the bad advice you see like given out in your travel industry?
I mean, that like, I think a lot of people think that travel bloggers are not working hard or like are getting like free stays, and that's, you know, like are overrated. And I think that's not true, because like travel bloggers, or like the ones that I know, work very hard. Like if you have a hotel collaborations, it's definitely not just sitting around and drinking cocktails and just enjoying the hotel. You have to wake up early in the morning. You have to work basically nonstop for like, you're getting an amazing hotel, yes, but in a free stay, but you have to work for it, and it's a lot of work. And I think people believe or like think that it's super easy, and it's like, it's not a real job, and we don't really work. They just think it's just one click, like a quick picture with the iPhone, and that's it. But it's not the whole story. And I think people should know that it's a real job. It's a lot of work, and it's not just relaxing, and it's not for everyone. I'm not sure if this is what you wanted to hear, but yeah.
What's your money there? So what it means is like the things you spend most money on besides like your rent and all other necessary expenses. It's so since we're talking about it, it's mostly travel. So could you be mostly?
When I travel, I think it's flights and food. Going out to restaurants. I mean, I try to mix it up. I try to go to groceries and buy just, you know, toast and some crackers and cheese and junk food sometimes to just save money. But yeah, I would say like it's mostly like if I love eating, I love trying new foods. And if I want to, like if you travel, you have to spend money on food, right? So I usually save on hotels, because hotels, I usually get like free stays. But the most money goes probably into food.
Like, what are the things that you like would not spend much money on? Let's say like you like traveling, you would when like if you said if you want to spend like a big amount of money, you wouldn't hesitate. What I mean is like what kind of things you cut back on, like how do you
Yeah. Going out, like for like when I'm in Chicago, I try to cook at home. That's a big expense. I think like restaurants, I love eating out, but I try to not. I try to minimize it, to reduce it to maybe once a week maximum. I don't buy clothing a lot. I think that's something that a lot of people spend money on. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't go to bars and party. I think that's also something a lot of people could save money at, like when they just cut off like going to bars and to drink a lot of drinks. I don't know, like beer, cocktails. It's just so expensive. So I don't spend money on that. So yeah, I would say like eating out, like going out for parties, and clothing. That's how I try to save money. Because I mean, of course, I work with a lot of clothing brands, so I don't have to necessarily spend much money. But even then, before that, I usually had a budget that I could spend for like clothing monthly that I wouldn't try to exceed, you know.
So if your income is like tenfold, like means 10 times you're having now, how would you spend it?
Well, I would try to donate a lot of money. I'm a very I love pets. I would love to have my own shelter. Probably I would donate a lot of money to the homeless people here and to the shelters. I would try to help other people. Of course, I would maybe travel even more, yes. But I think I would try to help if it would be if I would have that much money. Yeah, definitely start maybe even start my own charity.
So is there something what you call like a failure like you that happened that have inspired you to become successful?
I not necessarily to become successful today. I would say I think everything that you do or like things that happen in life happens for a reason. I believe that. So like when you don't, like when you really wanted a job, like for example, I applied to Google after university and I had like a bunch of interviews, but at the end of the day, I didn't get the job. So I started with like the company that I worked with like the last couple of months until I got laid off. But this company made me like the person I would say I am today. And like it made like this whole Chicago move possible. So even though like Google didn't work out, this other company brought me to Chicago. So I wouldn't say it was a failure, but like back then I was like very sad about like not getting the job. But I think again, it happened for a reason. So now I live in the US and I always dreamed of living in the US. I always wanted to be here and like live this life. And I feel like I wanted to live abroad and just try to realize my dreams. And now I'm closer to my dreams than I ever was. So yeah, I think back then I thought it was a failure, but it probably wasn't, just that it wasn't meant to be. And I guess like there are like several like little things that happened over the past years, but nothing like too major. I would say, of course, like that are like maybe not, that were not up to like the best they could be, but I think they just brought me to where I am right now. So again, like I just think everything happens for a reason, and yeah, that's how I live my life.
So, so when you like achieve like a milestone like in your life, or like how would you celebrate?
I would probably celebrate it with my friends, like just if I would like get a new job or like launch my new dress collection or something that I have planned, I would probably like celebrate it with friends and family. I usually like when I have like something exciting to talk about or like something exciting to tell somebody. It's my husband is the first one that I tell, and then like then I usually call my parents and my friends, and like to just celebrate in like a small group with like some nice food and company.
So when you think of the word successful, who's the first person that comes to you?
Successful. I mean, it depends how you define success. Is it like, are you successful when you have a lot of money? Are you successful when you have like a family and kids and like a house? I think I would say my dad and my mom, honestly, because they are like, they moved from Russia and did like such an amazing job raising me and my brother and like giving us everything we need. And I think maybe they're not successful when it comes to money or anything, but they're like successful when it comes to family and having like love and are just happy and, happy with their lives and just content, with like little things and just where they are and don't crave for more.
I think we are like reaching like the end of it. So can you tell like where could people find you, like how to, like how, like what's your tag on Instagram, and where are like the other people?
My Instagram is Travel with Talia. That's my handle, and I have a blog called taliasbucketlist.blog. I also have like a TikTok, Twirl with Talia, and a Pinterest, Travel like Talia. And these are like the platforms you can find me on. I'm most active on Instagram and my blog.
Okay. So how would you like to be known in 50 years?
I want to have like a house close by the water, somewhere at the beach, and have kids, hopefully, like 2 or so. I don't know. Having my own business, as I said, like I wish I love either. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I either want like to have like a clothing company that is like, sustainable. My vision of like perfect like dresses, travel dresses for women, and affordable. Or like what I also would like, but I don't know if it's like something that that will happen. I don't know where life will take me, but maybe like a beach bar, with like amazing vegetarian and vegan food that I have and is my own, and I could just, make people happy with like yummy food, smoothie bowls and like avocado toast and some yummy Buddha bowls. I don't know, like everything that is delicious in my eyes. Something like that, like either a shop or like a cute restaurant cafe somewhere. And yeah, with a family being happy, not like a huge home, just something decent.
So this is another related one. So how would you like to be remembered by like other people in 50 years?
I would like to be remembered by other people as like a person that never like not never, but like was always helpful and always listened and listened to the problems and issues other people have and helped them and didn't push them away, and did something good for like people, like gave something back. So that's why I really want to have like my own business where I can, help people in some way and make them happier, make their life a little bit easier, either with food or with clothing, or maybe a charity donate, like a shelter that I open up, something like, in this direction. So I want people to remember me as somebody who wanted to do something for humans, like to give something back.
So the final question, what does freedom mean to you?
Freedom means being able to spend your day as you wanted to, like like being able to wear what you want, eat what you want, meet the people that you want, travel where you want to travel to, and not having somebody tell you like you're not allowed to do this or that, just being able to go to the beach for sunrise and just enjoy the sunrise, and being able to do like these simple things, go out for a walk, like with COVID, we were kind of restricted and like these things, with the lockdowns, that you couldn't go outside or like do the things. And I think that made us appreciate it even more. And I think that's what freedom means to me, being able to just do whatever you want to do, like of course in a appropriate way, but like just being able to go out for a walk and just enjoy like life.
Okay. So I think we have reached an end here. So thank you for being here. So it was a great experience.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our conversation. Don't forget to sign up to Wise if you need to send or receive money from abroad. Please leave a review and subscribe to the show. See you next time.